Hey, I got a quick chickpea air fryer chocolate chip cookie recipe for you. This is crazy. Y'all, you see the ingredients: flour, baking soda, chickpea juice, pecans, brown sugar, white sugar, and baking soda. And if you notice, all the ingredients that I'm using in these air fryer cookies are dry ingredients. Nothing is in the refrigerator. Normally, the chickpea juice is replacing two ingredients. You're going to replace the egg and the oil. So if you're trying to be a little bit more healthy and cut down the cholesterol, you can do the chickpea water with this recipe. Right now, I'm gonna start the recipe off with flour. I did 1 cup of flour in this particular recipe. Now I think I wanted to add the baking soda. The baking soda, I'm gonna do half a teaspoon. Now, one good thing about this recipe that you guys are seeing, you don't necessarily have to do it exactly how I'm doing it. If you get it in the ballpark, it's right. So for example, you have to have 1 cup of flour and you want to have half a cup of brown sugar to get that flavor. Everything else you can kind of mix and match, a little less, a little more, depending on what you have and your taste. Right now I'm about to do half a cup. So I did half a teaspoon of baking soda. Now I'm about to do half a cup of chocolate chips. If you did a quarter a cup, if you did a whole cup, they generally gonna come out the same. I even did this recipe just using my eyes and not exact measurements. They're just good. It just comes out very good. I don't know what it is. As long as the sugar and the flour is balanced, everything else can be more or less. It's not a big thing. So now we're about to add brown sugar to the recipe. If you don't have brown sugar, of course, you can go ahead and just use white sugar. But brown sugar gives that extra little moisture to it, and it helps it brown really well. So now I'm about to do half a cup of brown sugar in here. Now, if you want to get healthy and say, hey, you know what? That's a little too much sugar for me. I want to do a little less. They still come out good because, the chocolate chips will make up for the other side of the sweetness. Here's the thing. They will have a different taste if you lessen the brown sugar. It will come off more like a biscuity taste. It still has a cookie flavor to it. You could taste more of the dough once you lessen the sugar. Now, if you want to use 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of white sugar if you have it. And it doesn't have to be a perfect measurement. What I have is 4 packets of white sugar. I'm going to go ahead and pour that in there. So again, 1 cup of flour, half a cup of chocolate chips, half a cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of sugar, white sugar. You can do 1 teaspoon. You can do it. The recipe is really not. You can literally use your eyes. It's so easy. Now, here's the star of the show. The chickpea water that I'm going to use to pour in here. I'm going to pour about 1/4 a cup. I'm going to cut part of it out the video, but I end up putting a little bit more than 1/4 a cup because it's a certain look that you have to see when you mixing this. This is the only key to it. It's the water and the dryness must balance each other out. It can't be too wet, can't be too dry. And so I'm going to pour this 1/4 a cup in here, start stirring. I'm going to skip the video ahead. But just know I added a little bit more chickpea water and I did the eye test as necessary. And you could just pour just a little inch. You don't want to pour too much. You just want to pour maybe like a teaspoon of chickpea juice just to see if it's going to, teaspoon of it, dip a spoon in there, pour it in there and see if that's going to get the consistency that we're looking for. So right now I'm grabbing a fork and I'm about to commence the stirring. So you can almost tell that it's going to be too dry. Look at it. You can almost tell. See the dryness of it? And I'm going to add just a little bit more chickpea juice. I probably added another teaspoon or so. I probably added 2 more teaspoons to it to cut that dryness down to get going. And you see the consistency, this is the consistency it's at now? Right there, like a Play-Doh. It's wet, but it's also dry. It's sticking to my hand, but not quite. You know what I mean? That's the consistency you're looking for. And that's it. Now, this is optional. I take some pecans and put it in the blender and put it in after I'm done with everything. I did this as an experiment. And once I added the pecans, it really added a nice little layer of crunch to it and really brought the cookie together. If you don't add the pecans or don't like pecans, perfectly fine. It's still a good cookie. I just noticed for my specific taste, adding those pecans to the top like that really gave it an extra crunch and gave it just that. It just gave it just to get it a little bit more close to cookies you would buy or cookies that you would get out of a bakery or something like that. So now I got everything how I need it, all the consistency. I use nothing out of the refrigerator. All these things could sit in your cabinet forever. I'm going to take a little bit of parchment paper. So I have a small air fryer that came from Walmart. I also have it on my channel where I did a review on. I layered the air fryer pan with the parchment paper. And then I'm going to take the cookies and I'm going to roll them up into a little ball, flatten them out a little bit. Don't really affect the cookies, flatten them and squishing them. I thought it would. I've done it, not flatten them before, like not pushing them and squishing them down. It still pretty much come out the same. And you see, this is a smaller air fryer, one of the smaller ones that you can buy. So now I'm about to, 2 cookies in there. I got 2 more to put, about 4 could fit in there. If you do 5, of course, they're going to kind of grow on top of each other. I'm going to stick this other one in here. And let me tell you, man, this recipe is absolutely delicious. I almost feel like I'm not saying they're healthy, but you better believe they are a healthier option. No eggs in there dealing with the cholesterol. Even though eggs are generally healthy, no oil in there. All this stuff is good for you. And these cookies taste good. You hear me? Now I'm about to go ahead and stick them in the air fryer. And then when I pull them out, I'm going to flip them over so you guys can see how I look when they come out. You look at me. I'm so cool. Look, I want the cookie so bad I didn't even wash my hands before I turned them on. And this is how they look when you cook the top layer. You flip them over. You can see kind of it's breaking off a little bit. No issue. They're perfect. They're still good to go. Look at the bottom. See, it's white. Now, when you cook them for about 10 minutes or so, or 8 minutes, and then when you flip them over, you could do it for like another 3 to 5 minutes, and that quick. You don't have to leave them there a long time. So total time, it should be less than 15 minutes to cook these cookies. Just really quick air fryer cookies. You take the dough, stick it in the freezer, pull it out whenever you need it, and you see you can make 4. You can probably do about 2 batches. You probably get about close to 10 cookies with the measurements I gave you. And, I took a knife here, had to turn my audio down because I had the TV going. I do apologize. But I took the cookies here, and you can hear a crunch come off of them. Look at that. Oh, man, I'm opening them up for you. And if they look good, they are good. They are really good. Like, this almost felt like something that you got. I feel like I had a cheat code, I want to call them healthy, but I would say healthier because the sugar, and you can reduce it, but it will change the taste. If you reduce the sugar more than half a cup, it will change the taste. Oh man, they are absolutely delicious. These are chickpea air fryer cookies. You gotta try them, man. Woo! Oh man, look at these cookies here, and they really were good. They quick to make, and you just stick the dough in the freezer.